Hello, lovely humans. I'm really excited to be combining two of my favorite things, hardware and AI coding. We'll see how it goes. This is fully untested, but my goal is to build an Arduino IR antenna or infrared antenna that you can trigger with the little remote control. We'll just be triggering a light, but basically it is kind of a hello world for an IR antenna. And if you're like, why should I care about an IR antenna? What is that? Well, that's how a lot of, well, maybe old school televisions work. Whenever you have a remote control like this little buddy or a large one, it uses an infrared light to send a little signal to an infrared receiver. And so you can send all different kinds of code, and then the television can interpret that as turn on, or turn the volume up, or switch channels, and all those kinds of things. So when you know how these things work, you can build your own projects that you can control with a little remote control. So cool. You can even repurpose the old television one if you're not using it. You're just using your smartphone now. Okay, so I will also show you a little overview of the hardware in 1 second. I got lots of cameras running, so we'll see how this goes. This is going to test my videography skills. Okay, so my goal is to use the Copilot built into VS Code in agent mode to help me code an Arduino project. So I went ahead and I set up the PlatformIO extension in VS Code, which is a way that you can program hardware, and it creates this configuration file based on the board. So I have an Arduino Uno that's made by Atmel. If you have a different board, you choose a different option, but we want to go to our main CPP file. And I'm going to put some basic deets here. So define pins. So I have my IR receiver is connected to pin 2. And then I have, and that's going to be an input. And then I have my my LED pin not connected to 13, but connected to pin 3. Okay, and so now I'm going to be like, hey, Copilot, set IR receiver as an input and set LED pin as an output. Okay, and also I probably should have given it this reference file, but hopefully it's smart enough to figure this out. So while it's working, I will say that AI coding really depends on how many examples were in the training data set, how many open source examples of code there are. Fortunately, there's a lot of open source Arduino code, so I am fingers crossed that the AI has seen this example before, or at least seen something close enough that it can figure it out. Okay, so it did that. Hello, okay, that's great, yay. So we're gonna keep that. I said hello and huzzah at the same time. All right, so we have our IR receiver as an input and our LED as an output. I don't need this, so I'm going to delete that. Okay, so next I want the IR receiver, I probably don't have to capitalize it, it's smart enough to know the difference, to turn on the LED pin when the IR receiver gets an input signal. Okay, so now this should go into the loop and hopefully it will turn on. Okay, all right. This is looking right. It's a little warm in this room, so I'm gonna take my sweater off. Okay, we'll just go bloop. Okay, so now, all right, let's see. We're gonna turn on the other camera. So that's why I'm looking down, because I'm looking at my hardware, and we'll switch to camera 2. Camera 1, camera 2. And we're gonna trigger this. Boop. Oh, cool. Okay, that didn't work. Oh, duh, I have to flash the board. Okay, which means this is only running on the computer, it's not actually running on the Arduino board. Okay, so build. I think it has been a hot minute since I have used PlatformIO. Okay, so it's building, which means it's compiling and hopefully pushing to the board. And I should see the board flashing when it is getting the firmware written to it. Oh, this is fun. It has been such a long time since I've had a chance to work with hardware, so I was like, let's make a little educational video. Someone asked me a really long time ago to build an IR antenna, and I was like, yeah, I'll add it to the list and get to it eventually, so here we are. And then someone else was like, how do you code with AI? And it's like, well, here we go. Okay, so build success. Okay, all right. Well, not quite. So we can see the flash on our IR receiver means it's receiving the signal, but we are, oh wait, no. If IR state is high, so our LED pin is not turning on. But you know what we can do? Let's move this to 13, which is the onboard pin, because maybe I picked a pin that doesn't have, I'm not using a resistor, so maybe that's the issue. Okay. Welcome to hardware programming and also building software. Never works as expected. Oh, no, wait, hold on, it's just blinking. Okay. Pin LED 13 is just blinking. That's odd. So this should be, it should digital read in. It's not working. What could the problem be? Also, the LED pin 13 is blinking, which it should not be. Okay, so maybe we can troubleshoot with AI. Let's find out. Okay, built-in LED connected to pin 13 that blinks. Okay, that's true. Receives output low. Let me fix both issues. Okay. I actually didn't know that. I would have had to look that up. Okay, so we're gonna keep, and we're gonna flash, and we're gonna see what happens. Okay, so, whoa! Our IR pin is blinking a lot when you flash it. Okay, so our pin 13 is, well, foo. That didn't do it. You can still see. Why is it getting... Oh, you know, it might be the smartphone that's triggering it. But our LED is still not turning on. Let's see. So this... Oh, nope. Okay. Check that the LED is oriented properly, like 45 times. Okay, so it did... Okay, let's try just adding LED pin 2. Oh, yes, sure, why not? We'll just update that, and then we'll also say, oh, thank you. So this is kind of a mixture of autofill and also AI. So I also want to add that one. Yes, let's do that. Okay, so now we kind of have double the LEDs as a way to see if we can figure out what's going on. So since it has been such a long time since I've worked with Arduino, I kind of forget that you might need an LED or a resistor connected to your LED. Nope, no dice. Okay. So still it's getting a signal. So I wired it up correctly, but the LED is not turning on. You do need a resistor. Okay, all right, fine. So what we will do is I will walk over to my components and we're just gonna get another light just for funsies, because sometimes, let's say I picked one that was, I don't think this is the issue, but nope, that's not the issue. Okay. And is there, no, I keep my resistors. My resistors are all in different containers. There's no resistor in here. Oh, there is one. Haha, there is one resistor. Okay, so let's do this. We're gonna go like this. Yep. And then we're gonna add a resistor between here. Boop. Okay. I think that's the right one. All right. Okay. So I don't think that'll work, but okay, let's try this. The code looks correct. No, it's not the resistor. Certainly not the resistor. Okay. Okay, what we're gonna do is we're just gonna say digital write. Let's just turn it on. Shall read. Receiver. Okay. So we're gonna flash this and hopefully the LED turns on. Because it should turn on now. I'm also gonna crack up if I'm like not flashing the actual board. Oh my goodness. Okay, so actually, oh, here's a serial monitor. Oh. Okay, so we're gonna add this to setup. We're gonna add a hello world because I am actually kind of wondering if I'm flashing, if I'm not flashing. Oh my goodness, I'm not uploading the code. Oh my goodness, I'm so used to just writing software for software and not hardware. Wow, okay. That's hilarious. Wow. Okay, well that was it. That's great, I love that. All right, so let's clean up our code. So I'm gonna remove this. We can keep the hello world because that's fun. We can keep LED pin 2. Why not? Okay. All right, so now we're gonna that is so silly. Okay, we're gonna re-upload so that the LEDs only turn on when the IR receiver is triggered. My goodness. I always do this. It's like I drop a minus sign or I forget to plug it in, or I forget to flash the code. But honestly, like I have debugged a lot of projects with a lot of people. I've taught over 20,000 people for realsies. And I've probably debugged as many projects. And honestly, 95% of the time it's the power source. So I don't feel bad. Because like you can build hundreds or thousands of these projects and you still like your troubleshooting checklist should always be, is it powered on? Is it plugged in? Did you actually flash the code? Is it wired correctly? All right, okay. Okay, so that's great. Yay, look at that. We hit our little, that's really cool. Fun. Oh, I love this. So you are totally welcome to snag the code from this project. I'll paste it in the project description, but honestly, I really didn't need to do anything. And you also don't, if you're not sure how to define these pins, if you're like, I have never written hardware before, you can just ask Copilot. I bet, okay, let's say, okay, I want to add another input sensor for, I don't know, a photoresistor. I can't type. For a photoresistor, I'm going to connect it to analog pin 3. Please add that to the pin definition area. And I bet it'll totally do it for you. So you really don't need to know how to write code. It really, really helps to know how to read code and debug because the AI does get things wrong. But check that out. It added it right in, an analog pin 3, boom, and it named it and everything. So I don't want to do that, but I just wanted to show you that even though I wrote some code at the beginning, you don't necessarily have to. Oops, I also don't need that. But that's okay. There you go. So that's a little bit about how to use AI to write Arduino code. Yay! So fun! This makes me so happy. Oh, I love hardware so much. Please let me know if you have any questions, if you want a wiring diagram. I'm happy to point you to a link. They abound on the internet. This is a pretty common project. But yeah, if you have any questions about how this works or tips and tricks for working with AI, that has been my life. I'm very deep in it. So I have a lot of recommendations based on hard learnings and tips and tricks from my really wonderful and helpful colleagues. So please bug me. Please let me know if you have any other questions about science, tech, engineering, or math, and we will learn all of the wonderful things about this universe. Yay! All right, thanks everybody. We'll see you later. Bye!